Today, we're diving into a classic fable, but trust me, it's got a lesson that's super relevant, maybe even a little painful for today. We're talking about the price you pay for pretending to be someone you're not. Okay, let's just get right to it. Have you ever pretended to know something just to fit in? You know that feeling, right? You're in a conversation, everyone's talking about, I don't know, some obscure movie or a complex topic, and you just nod along terrified of being called out? Yeah, that's the impulse we're gonna dig into. All right, so let's set the stage. We're going way back to the golden age of Athens. I want you to picture it. Bustling ports, ships coming and going, a world where myths weren't just stories. They were part of life. And everything, I mean everything, revolved around the sea. Now, to really get this story, you gotta know who the players are. First up, dolphins. To the ancient Greeks, these weren't just sea creatures. Nope, they were seen as divine protectors, the good guys, the saviors of sailors. And then you have the monkeys. They kind of represented the silly, status-obsessed side of people, trying to act all important but never quite getting it right. So, here we go, the story itself. You've got a Greek ship, it's heading for Athens, and then disaster. A storm hits. This is where a simple little trip turns into a tale about how things can go very, very wrong. So in the middle of all this chaos, a friendly dolphin sees what it thinks is a person struggling in the water. Being the hero it is, it swims over, lets the survivor climb on its back, a classic rescue mission, and starts heading for shore. And our survivor is, you guessed it, the monkey. So far, everything seems fine.
As they're swimming along, the dolphin decides to make some small talk, being a good host. It asks a really simple, friendly question. But this question, for the monkey, it's not just a question. It's an opening.
So instead of just giving an honest answer, the monkey's brain starts spinning. He sees a chance to look important. So he doesn't just say he's from Athens, oh no. He boasts that he's from one of the noblest families in the city. And just like that, the first lie is told.
The dolphin, just trying to connect, asks a follow-up question that makes perfect sense. It mentions Piraeus. Now, you have to understand, Piraeus was the famous port of Athens. It was like asking a New Yorker if they know Times Square. Anyone actually from Athens would know it in a heartbeat. This is the test.
And here it is, the fatal error. The monkey, having no clue what Piraeus is, thinks it's a person's name. And he doesn't just say, oh yeah, I know him. He goes all in. He claims Piraeus is his best friend, a classic over-the-top lie. And boom. In that single instant, the dolphin gets it. This isn't some noble from Athens. This is a pretender. And with that realization, the ride's over. The support system, the dolphin, is gone. It dives deep, leaving the monkey to his fate. So what happened there? The monkey's blunder wasn't just a little white lie. It points to something much bigger, a trap we can all fall into. Let's call it the Piraeus problem. Yeah, this goes way beyond just not telling the truth. It's about what we call intellectual vanity. It's that nagging fear of looking dumb, right? That feeling that pushes you to pretend you know more than you do. It's like trying to build this huge, impressive house, but with no foundation. The monkey's lie wasn't just wrong, it was fragile. And the second it got tested by reality, the whole thing came crashing down. Let's break this down. On one side, you've got the monkey's claim. It's all hot air, right? Based on pretense. And think about it. A lie like that is exhausting. You always have to remember what you said, add more details, and constantly watch your back. But then look at the other side, the dolphin's reality. Piraeus is a place. That's a fact. It's grounded, it's real, and you never ever have to defend it. Okay, so let's bring it home. What's your Piraeus? You know what I'm talking about. That thing you pretend to know to fit in at a party or a meeting. Is it a classic book you claim you've read? A complex idea you just nod along to? Maybe a skill in your LinkedIn profile that's a bit of a stretch. We all have these, right? And look, this isn't just some dusty old fable. This exact same dynamic, the pretender and the reality check, it happens all the time. In our friendships, at work, everywhere. I mean, check this out. Personally, you pretend you're an expert on something. Then one basic question completely blows your cover. Socially, you drop the name of some big shot you don't actually know, and then you run into them at a party. Awkward. And at work, this is a big one. You pad your resume with a skill you don't have. Then your team relies on you for that exact skill. Suddenly, that support system, your team, vanishes, and everything falls apart. Okay, so the big takeaway here is that you don't have to be the monkey. There is another option. There's a way to get through life without that constant nagging fear of someone calling you out.
So what have we learned? Well, first off, real support, the dolphins in your life, they're drawn to honesty, not fake status. Seriously, it's so much better to just say, I don't know, than to pretend you have all the answers and lead everyone, including yourself, off a cliff. Study the map before you claim you know the territory. It's that simple.
All right, to make this real and practical, here are 4 mantras you can actually use. Think of them as commitments to yourself, a way to choose being a curious student of life instead of a stressed out master of masks. It's about choosing the solid ground of truth over the choppy waters of pretense. And I'll leave you with this. At the end of the day, the truth floats. It just does. When what you say and what you do are based in reality, you don't have to waste all that energy trying to stay afloat. The truth itself holds you up. So the real question is, are you brave enough to let go of the lies and trust that the truth will be enough to carry you?